Okay, well, we've got to move on. All right. Midterm elections heating up in Washington. The fight on both sides getting ugly. And after House Minority Leader John Boehner's comments calling for President Obama's entire economic team to step down, the Democrats continue to claim the GOP is the party of no. Live from Nashville, Republican Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn. Hi, thanks for joining us, Congresswoman. We really appreciate you being here.
Good to be with you.
I wonder if put it in a nutshell, what is the Republican plan to revive this economy?
Let me give you 4 points, Stuart. First of all, the president's entire economic team needs to go. And I agree with Leader Boehner on that, and I think he's exactly right. 3 other things that need to be done is, first of all, no new tax hikes. Keep those Bush tax cuts from 01 and 03 in place. They need to be there. Number 2 is cut the spending. And I have proposals for 5% across the board spending reductions. That needs to be done. And the 3rd point is to repeal the health care bill. Everybody, from the left, the right, the middle, they're all saying, look, this is not a workable piece of legislation. Get it off the books, repeal it. And let's start with that 1099 provision. But what we know is that plan after plan, bureaucracy after bureaucracy, Washington needs to get out of the way.
Fire the existing team, no tax hikes, spending cuts, and I forget the other one. Repeal the health care bill.
Repeal the health care bill.
Ms. Blackburn, hold on a second. Chris Collins got a question.
All right, listen, the first 2 of those are not going to happen. Point blank, period. At what point in time did the Republicans stop saying fire this person and fire that person and they're not going to get fired, and really come to the table, Republicans and Democrats, and get a bipartisan agreement? Because these things, they don't stand a chance in Hades of getting done, period.
Well, this is why we have to keep pushing, and I think the American people, maybe, Chris, I've got more faith in the American people. They are pushing to make certain there are no tax hikes. They are pushing us to make across-the-board spending reductions.
It's not going to happen. Boehner's saying fire this person and fire that person. Marsha, it's not going to happen. They're not going to get fired.
Wait a minute.
Tax hikes, spending cuts, repealing health care. These are the things that need to be done.
The Republican job is not to come to a bipartisan agreement on what should be done.
The job of both Republicans and Democrats is to come to a bipartisan agreement and come up with some solution.
No, it is not.
Because nothing's getting done.
Wait a minute.
Hang on.
Ms. Blackburn, go ahead.
Chris, let me put a couple of things. Let me put a couple of things in here. First of all, we're putting ideas on the table, ideas that we know are going to work, policies that we know are going to work. The president is being advised by theoreticians. What we are saying is real-world experience tells you if you reduce taxes, if you get Washington out of the way, the private sector is going to work. So, hey, what you're doing right now with more government intervention is not working.
Congresswoman,
Look at the housing numbers.
I want to ask you a question.
The best economic stimulus is a job. So let's put the focus there. Let's have no tax hikes. Let's cut federal spending.
We got that.
Send the right message.
Okay. One last question from Bob Bowden. Thanks for joining. Go ahead, Bob.
You say 5% spending cuts. You mean discretionary spending. Are you talking about Medicare and Social Security?
Correct.
Because that's where most of the spending is.
No, I'm talking... That's right, but you've got to start with the discretionary spending. The bills I file every single year, 5% across the board. You start, and then you start working your way through the rest of the process with not returning spending to pre-stimulus levels, making those across-the-board spending reductions, making certain you're not growing bureaucracy. It's the tip of the iceberg. It sends the right message. It gets us on the right track. That's where we need to start.
Marsha Blackburn, Republican, Tennessee. Thanks for joining us. We all got heated, but
good to be with you,
good
Stuart.
Stuff. Thank you very much, Marsha.